We are at VinSafari and VinWonders. They looked huge on the map, but getting there was surprisingly easy. Every 15 minutes, there's a free shuttle from Vindhyam Hotels straight to VinSafari and VinWonders. We hopped on the morning bus. By 9 a.m., we were at the gate of VinSafari. And the first thing we saw, tribal dancers welcoming us. Full energy. What a vibe here. As we entered, boom, flamingos, tall, pink, perfect. I've been waiting to see these guys in real life. Swarm of them, just chilling like they own the place. But pro tip, do the bus safari first because it gets hot. So we asked directions, walked straight in, about 10 minutes from the gate. We power walked past the snack shop 10 minutes from the gate, straight to the main event. Here's the crazy part. In most zoo, animals are caged. Here, you're in the cage, the bus. Animals roam free. At each section, huge gates open and you drive right into their habitat. We saw a deer, rhino, Bengal tiger, sambar, deers, giraffes and zebras. Let me give you a little history. VinSafari Phuoc isn't just a zoo. It's actually Vietnam's first and largest semi-wild conservation park, built by Vingroup, one of Vietnam's biggest companies, and officially opened its gates in December 2015. The whole project was a part of a massive plan to turn Phuoc into world-class tourism island. Here's the crazy part. Before 2015, this was just forest land. Vingroup spent over 3,000 billion dong. That's roughly 120 million US dollars to transform 380 hectares of it into this safari. They didn't just throw animals in cages. The idea was semi-wild. That's why you're in the bus. And the animals roam free in the huge zones. Today, VinSafari is home to over 3,000 animals from 150 species from the world. Then the guide quietly goes, "Look ahead near the trees." And there's a Bengal tiger just walking, no rush, no drama, just strolling along like it popped out to get some milk. And then a second tiger just sitting there, not walking, not hunting, not doing anything remotely. Tiger like, just watching the first one with this expression. Like, where are you going, man? Completely unbothered, fully judging. The guide told us that this is actually pretty normal tiger behavior. Bengal tigers are solitary animals. They don't really move in groups. So when you spot two together just hanging around like this, that's already something special. That's also incredibly territorial. Each one has its own patch of land it considers home. Out of nowhere, this big fluffy bear ambled towards our bus. At first, it sniffed around, looking curious. Then, with one hop, it climbed right onto the step of the bus. The whole bus gasped. Some screamed, some laughed nervously. The guide stayed calm and told us not to worry. The bear wasn't here to scare us, it was here for snacks. The staff had carrots ready, and the bear gently reached out with its paws, grabbed them, and then munched it happily. You could hear the crunch as it chewed, like a little kid enjoying his favorite treat. For a moment, it felt like I was a part of wildlife documentary. We were searching all over for animals. Even stones looked like animals for us. We were waiting to see the stone to move. But then we realized it was a stone, not an animal. The animals here are taken very well care of. They are served coconut water twice a week to keep them hydrated. A group of deer. They were gazing so peacefully, like they hadn't have a care in the world. Their big gentle eyes just glancing at the bus and just going back to their grass. Then a rhino came into view, and oh my goodness, rhinos are so much bigger in real life than in pictures. It was just standing there, massive, magnificent, like a gentle giant. As our safari bus rolled into the open grassland, we suddenly saw a group of zebras. They were running, one behind the other, their black and white strips flashing like moving barcodes. And right next to them, towering giraffes, bending their long necks to munch on leaves. It was like two watching characters from two different fairy tales suddenly meet in one chapter. Zebras are so cute when they run together. Their strips make them look like they are wearing matching pajamas. The guide told us the zebras run in groups to confuse predators. The stripes make it harder to tell one zebra from the other. Isn't that clever? I could not stop laughing when one zebra stopped, looked at us, flicked its tail like it was trying to say, "Hey, what are you staring at?" Kids on the bus were giggling, pointing, and even pretending to gallop like zebras. It felt like we were a part of their herd for a moment. And then came the giraffes, the giants of the safari. Trying to make eye contact with them was nearly impossible. Their heads were so up. It felt like they were looking at the clouds instead of us. The guide shared a fun fact. Giraffes have the same number of neck bones as humans, just 7, but each bone is super long. Isn't that wild? One giraffe bent down to sip water. Another stretched its neck to nibble leaves from the tallest trees. It felt like I was watching a slow motion ballet. Kids started waving at the giraffe, shouting, "Hello up there!" The safari was over. Now we got to get off the bus. We took some photos with the tour guide, and this part of the safari was pure joy. After the bus tour ended, and trust me, that will stay with me forever. And I needed a minute, like my brain was still processing. The bear just ordered Uber Eats from our bus. But VinSafari wasn't done with us yet. The bus drops you back, and now you're free to roam. And roam we did. The first guy we ran into, an ostrich, not behind a fence, not 20 feet away, just walking on the path like he owns the place. Like he pays rent here. So obviously, what do? I try to walk with him. For the vlog, Aditya Express, featuring Mr. Ostrich, collab of the year. This dude took one look at me, looked at my camera, and just speed walked away. I'm telling you, ostrich is the main character. We saw grey crowned cranes everywhere. They looked like a king. Birds chirping like actual birds having a full concert. And waterfalls in the distance. You could hear water hitting rocks. For the first time in the 6 years of my travel, I realized what zero city noise actually means. This place is full of nature. You can come here, relax, sit down, and meditate. Then the announcement happens. Tiger feeding in 10 minutes at the tiger zone. Guys, tiger feeding. We ran. My dad, 20 minutes ago, who was frozen by a bear, suddenly became Usain Bolt. Priorities. We got to the tiger zone, and there is this platform. To get the meat, the tiger has to climb a tree, a real vertical tree. And this tiger gets to the top, grabs the meat, and looks down and freezes. He just Awkwardly and slowly, Reverse climbed down. Relatable king. Then he started enjoying his treat while we went for a tribal dance. The tribal dance troupe was performing again. The morning show was energetic. The afternoon show was on another level. It was like the drumming was faster, the jumps were higher, the spins were quicker. They were flipping and moving with an athleticism that was insane to watch. A camel with 2 humps. Of course, there was a gift shop. They had so many cute plushies. We saw a tiger one, giraffe keychains, little bear hats. I picked up a small tiger toy because how could you not? How could you not after seeing them in real life? We had another mission to complete. VinWonders was next. We walked out of VinSafari exit, and there it was, a bus stop with the sign, Shuttles to VinWonder. And as promised, within 5 minutes, a free shuttle pulled up. The ride from VinSafari to VinWonders took exactly 5 minutes. Now, here is the part that felt like magic. We walked up to the entrance of VinWonders. There was a long queue of people at the ticket counters, buying tickets, scanning QR codes on the phone, sorting out payments. We walked past all of them straight to the entry gate because when we booked our ticket back at VinSafari in the morning, we had purchased a combo ticket for both parks. The staff members at the gate smiled and said, "Face scan, please." I was confused. I said, "Sorry." He pointed to a small camera on a stand next to the turnstile. I just had to stand there and look at it. There was a beep, a green light, and my gate just opened. My face was the ticket. I turned to my mom, genuinely in shock. I said, "Ma, we are in the future." No paper ticket to lose, no QR codes that won't scan because your phone screen is too dark, no standing in line, just your face. My first thoughts when I walked in, this is it. This is Vietnam's answer to Disneyland. It is huge. It is beautiful. The architecture is colorful and grand. There's even a European style street, a castle in the distance, and a whole place is immaculate. But the best part, it was way less crowded than I expected for a theme park of this size. You could actually walk around without bumping into people. You could take photos without 100 strangers in the background. But immediately, I also realized something. This place is massive. Like you will get 25,000 steps by 4 p.m. massive. So step 1. Before we did anything, we had to find a map. We grabbed a physical map from the information counter and also opened the map on VinWonder's app. If you come here, learn from my experience. Do not just walk in blindly, or you will get lost, or you'll get tired. We decided to start with something indoors to escape the heat for a bit. Our first stop was Seashell Aquarium. From the outside, the building was shaped like a giant turtle shell. Inside, it's one of the most impressive aquariums I have ever seen. The main tank is enormous, and you walk through an underwater tunnel with sharks, rays, and thousands of fish swimming around all over your head. Then we got to Mermaid show. Guys, the mermaid, she's not just a person in a costume. She was an athlete. She was underwater, holding her breath for minutes at a time, doing flips and swimming with a grace that was unbelievable. She would smile and wave at the kids through the glass, and she made it look effortless. I was sitting there in the audience, and I can't even float in a swimming pool for 10 seconds without panicking and swallowing water. Watching her made me feel like a land animal that had never seen water before. I wish I could swim like that. After the aquarium, we headed straight to a Viking river adventure. This is a family-friendly water ride. You sit in a big circular raft that takes you down a river with some drops and waterfalls. But the real reason we came to VinWonders was the main event. Typhoon World. It's not just a small water area. This is a full-fledged massive water park built inside the theme park. It has its own name, its own entrance, and enough slides to keep you busy for a full day. First thing we did was find a locker. Pro tip: pay for the locker. It's worth it. Once your stuff is safe, you can just jump in and forget about everything. We decided to start slow. We went to Enchanted River and it was perfect. You just get on an inflatable tube and the slow current of the river just carries you around the entire Typhoon world. The water was warm. The evening sun was starting to come out. There was no deadlines, no emails, just floating. If you wanted to know what peace feels like, floating in lazy, enchanted river at VinWonders. Then the main attraction was a giant bucket. At top of the water play was a bucket that slowly fills up with thousands of liters of water. You can hear water pouring in, and every few minutes, when it's full, the bucket tips over and dumps water on everybody. It's like a man-made waterfall. The amount of water is insane. It's like the sky just fell on you. Everybody screams, everyone laughs. We got absolutely soaked. After we recovered from the bucket, we went on a massive speed slide. We lost complete track of time. We had to leave because Typhoon World closes at 5:30. We quickly dried off, changed into dry clothes, and ran to catch the evening shows. We made it in time for the character parade and the fountain show, which was set to music and lights. It was a great way to wind down after the high energy of the water park. Then, when we were walking towards the exit, I saw the sign that said Gaming World, an arcade. We went inside. It was huge. Every game you can imagine. Racing games, shooting games, claw missions, air hockey. By 6:30, we were exhausted but happy. We bought a bucket of popcorn and went to watch the final once show, which was the main nighttime spectacular with projections on the castle. It was the perfect ending. Think about our day. It started from a bear jumping on our bus, then continued with mermaids, Viking river rides, giant buckets of water. It ended with arcade, games and a castle show. What a day! What a complete, insane, perfect day. If you are planning to visit both VinWonder and VinSafari in one day, here are my tips. Tip number 1, the meal coupon. When you buy your ticket, whether it's for one park or the combo ticket for both, you will get a meal coupons included in the price. 200,000 Vietnamese dong for every adult and 100,000 for every kid. And the best part, these coupons work at restaurants in both VinSafari and VinWonders. Number 2, summer survival. You need sunscreen, not just in the morning, but reapply it every 2 hours. You need a hat or a cap. You need sunglasses and need to drink water constantly. Tip number 3, plan or perish. I said this before, but I'll say it again. This is important. You walk in without a plan, you will end up walking 25,000 steps. Before you go to VinWonder's website, look at the map. Watch a few YouTube videos. Decide on your top 5 must-go rides or must-go shows. Make a rough route. That was our day. These are the moments I will remember forever and cherish. That is the end of the video. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video. Bye.